10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome everybody. Episode 54 of Stadium Connect North. If you're new, my name is Johnny, aka Four Scars Gaming, and over here to my right, or to my side, let's see, my point right, wait, yeah, over this way here, my good friend, and everybody knows him in the Stadia community, Ninja Guy X. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, John. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been having some fun. I've been watching some of Purple Haze interviews lately. She has over 20 interviews right now with the community, Stadia community. Wow. So it's very interesting, very fun, very very fun to just hear what who everybody is in the community and learn about that. I'm a big sucker for people in the community, learn about them. So it's very informative to learn from them. But it's been fun. I've tried Chicken Police also on Stadia.
Awesome.
So that's a cool one too. And what about you, John?
Oh boy, this week sure has been a busy one. Last night I was helping out MM2K was pre-recording his 100th episode of the SSC podcast. So that's going to go live shortly along with Clive, Lo-Fi Monk. We had a load of fun and, just here, there, busy with everything and really looking forward to the weekend here for multiple reasons. But we'll get to that soon. So just want to give a shout out. Man, lots of people in the chat here already in lead. I see Carson Kelly is here. He says, hey, Ninja. And you're welcome. Yeah, definitely. Gamer Mink is here. Boy, let's see. I1's here. Zarina. There is a whole load of people here.
Before we continue, John, I just want to let you know that there's a typo in the contest that we have rolling in.
There is.
And I'm not sure. Zarina let us know that. And so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Stains Row, or Saints Row.
Oh my God, that is so awesome. Stains Row. Okay.
Stains Row. Yeah.
So you know what? Oh Lord. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna fix that here. Oh geez, that's why Stains Row. Yeah, that is hilarious.
So while you fix that, John, let me just talk about it. So guys, we are having a contest at the moment, and you can win a copy of Saints Row on Google Stadia. So all you have to do is write #Saints Row, and you'll be able to enter. And good luck to everyone. I honestly really enjoy Saints Row, so hopefully you can get it and enjoy it. But meanwhile, let's go have a look at who else is in the chat. We got Impro Joe, we got Nerds World, as MM2K would say, Pie Confusion, Humble Bum. He's asking, what's everyone doing tomorrow? Well, that is something that we're going to talk about today, actually, on the chat. So actually, I think you might know what it is, Humble Bum. So yeah, we'll get there. Gamer Make, Simpleton.
Nice.
And we've got Mr. Baron Plays. Hello, Paul. Hopefully you're recovering smoothly. You've been sick for quite a while now, so hopefully you're doing well. And yeah, I think that covers everyone. We've got Metal Wolf. Awesome.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah,
Stadia
awesome.
friends. Yeah, very nice. Dead Dog 52, who is a big fan of Rainbow Six Siege. So nice to see you here.
Oh, and just a shout out to Dead Dog 52. It's his Skarmiversary today. I see in the chat over his 2-month Skarmiversary. So thank you so much, Dead Dog 52. Really appreciate that.
Awesome.
Alrighty, so now that Ninja's covered for me, so no more Saints Row. It's Saints Row. My gosh, that's so funny. So so for those in the chat, let's go ahead and bring it up. We have 2 contests that we're running. Let's talk about the Saints Row here first and see. So like Ninja mentioned here, I'm giving away a copy of Saints Row on Stadia. The winner will be announced August the 31st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We have the link to this tweet is in the description here. You must be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And you could get entries into this giveaway, multiple entries into this giveaway. The first one is by liking, commenting, and tagging a friend, retweeting that tweet. That's one entry. And then when you watch streams just like this, you'll see the bot advertise hashtag Saints Row. That's going to come up every 10 minutes. So each time that those come up and you put them in, you get an entry. So there's multiple entries per stream. And then if you leave a comment after the show or the stream, that's another entry there. So, you can really rack up the entries and get an edge on over people here. So yeah, definitely. And like Ninja Guy X said, Saints Row, you've been streaming this with Bump, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I started when it came out on Tuesday, and honestly, it has some rough edges. Like it's not like a super polished game, but honestly, I'm having a lot of fun. So there's bad review out there, but I'd still give it like a 70 on my end because honestly, it doesn't crash on me, or anything like that. So I'm enjoying it.
I think like for me, it's the same thing as when Crackdown 3 came out on Xbox. I really enjoyed the game because I like the Crackdown games 1 and 2. But it wasn't anything like new or revolutionary. It kind of was like more of the same. And a lot of the reviewers didn't like that at all and really didn't enjoy it. So I think like Saints Row, as you mentioned here, it's kind of maybe like nothing revolutionary. They rebooted the franchise and there's, it's a little bit rough around the edges as well. But, I think honestly, it's something, that's right around what I would give it about a, 7 out of 10, something like that. But you know what? Like some of my favorite games, the most memorable games aren't all the ones that are rated like 9 out of 10 or 90% or whatever. It's some of the ones that they're not perfect, but you just have lots of fun with them. So I think that's what's going to be pretty much the same for Saints Row for me at least.
Yeah, definitely. Stadia Pro Gaming here. He says my character is rough around the edges. Yeah, he has a pretty interesting character there in Saints Row. If you guys,
yeah. Also, I should have had it ready here. The Maurice, you made Maurice in Saints Row. He's got the fro and everything. Do you have that or?
Yeah, I can show it now if you want. Let me check here.
Yeah. That way it gives more time for people to come in. I see Dead Dog saying, you know what? He bought Saints Row after watching you play, Ninja.
Yeah.
He owes you some sales commission.
Very interesting. I'm playing this game co-op throughout the game, so it might, increase my fun factor, right? Because playing with a friend makes it so much more fun. But introducing to the chat, we've got Saints Maurice and Saints Bump on there. So I've actually changed my character's shorts. They're even shorter now. Yeah.
I love it, man. Once I saw that, I love like Bump. His character's got like looks like pink boots on, and his
Yeah.
shirt, like where his nipples are, they're like blurred out and things
Blurred.
like
Yeah.
that. Maurice
Oh, it's
looking
so
like
good.
the ladies' man there with the big afro hair, and I love socks, and oh my gosh, it's so
Yeah.
awesome. But
I
yeah,
love
you
it.
know what I mean. Yeah, it's like things like this that make it fun. Sure, it's not perfect, and there are some bugs sometimes, and things like that. But your overall enjoyment of the game is kind of independent, really, of those. So
Mhm.
makes Saint
Exactly.
Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh man,
gosh.
I find that my sneakers were just too plain, and I also changed them, and
Mhm.
they're very interesting at the time. So, if you guys want to see my shoes, just jump on my channel, and you'll see they're pretty interesting shoes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh man.
Oh gosh. So speaking of that, well, I'll go ahead and bring it up here. Ninja, maybe you'd like to talk about the giveaway that you're doing here.
Yeah. So last week, actually, on Sunday, I had a interesting talk show. So I have a show now that I do every Sunday, and I do a top 10 list, and my top 10 list was the top 10 highest rated game on Stadia, and the list was about their user ratings on Stadia, and the issue with that is that there's just not enough people doing ratings on Metacritics. So what I did is I decided to do a giveaway to encourage people to do reviews on Metacritic. So all you have to do is go on Metacritics, pick a game that you've played a few hours, or if you completed, and go ahead and write in a review in there. And then you just need to subscribe to my channel, retweet my post, and then just give me a screenshot of your review, and you'll be entered for the giveaway. And you can win a Stadia wall mount, a Stadia controller wall mount. And so you just need to screw it on your wall, and then you can put your controller wherever you want. Good luck to everyone. Got a few entries in already, and so really hope to see a lot of people go in and insert some review, because it is very important. Just it's to me anyway, it's kind of healthy to have a lot of people reviewing games and understanding what the game is about and stuff. So yeah.
And and what goes to that too is InLead posted earlier. Saints Row on Stadia now actually has on Metacritic an official reviews. There were two outlets. I think it was Android Police and somebody else reviewed it. So those reviews are up there. But the link is in the description again here, and also the bot advertises it as well. Link to Ninja's giveaway here. So we touched upon this before as well. Like, it is, as Ninja saying, it's very important to get even these user reviews in, because when people are trying to find out about Stadia and the games, and if they go places and they don't see anybody else talking about it, they're just going to be like, well, I guess nobody cares, or you know what I mean. So it's very important to have these in place here. So kudos to you for reviving that
exactly
push. Yeah,
exactly. So it was kind of like a thing, a scene happening last year where we wanted to encourage people to do that. But I noticed that this year there hasn't been a lot of reviews. It's kind of toned down a little bit. And you're right, so it was a thing that we tried to encourage people to do last year also. So
that's awesome though. It's really good. Before we go over to the news here, shout out another Scarmiversary. Joe is in the chat. It says 1 year Scarmiversary, so thank you so much, Joe. Again, for all your
been here since the beginning
and support. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Okie dokie. So we're gonna head on over to the news, and let me play my little fancy transition here. I'm trying to spruce things up a little bit around here, Ninja. So I've got a transition to the news, and then I still need to make one for community news, but
okay,
we'll go ahead here and let's head on over to the news desk. Alrighty, so hot off the presses, and he's even in the chat here. Literally, this news is maybe about 30 minutes old now. Carson Kelly, the one, the only, we've had him on our show twice, Ninja. and both times have been totally amazing
Yes.
and fun times here. He's a great, great guy. Hopefully, we'll have him on again in the new year. But Talking Dog's release date is being brought forward. Originally, the game is set to release June 30th, 2023, coming to Stadia, of course. Also, PlayStation and PC currently. But we won't have to wait as long. In fact, we'll have 28-day less wait because June the 2nd, 2023, we'll be able to start digging into Talking Dogs. So that's great. Who knows? Could it possibly be? Let's put that rumor out there now, Ninja. Could it possibly be a June 2023 Stadia Pro game? Who knows?
Yeah,
you heard it here.
Would be first. 1 day late though. So,
yeah, well, I mean that's okay. We got Yar's Revenge launched on August the 23rd, right? And it's a Stadia Pro game. So who knows? Who knows? So again, shout out to Carson Kelly here. Oh, Carson even says there. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe can you highlight that? Yeah, there we go. Stadia Pro lineup sounds nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
The Batman gif, right?
Yeah, let's try to speculate a little bit here.
yeah, exactly. Because we know anytime Carson's been on, he always gives us little hints and stuff. So who knows? Maybe somewhere in this nice new picture of Phil, there's some little hint there. I see there's a pirate flag in the background, and who knows? Maybe written in the grass somewhere is a secret message, and so we'll have to take a look at that after the show here. And I see people asking. I know Carson told us that there's not going to be any DLC for Talking Dogs, but there's so many opportunities here for the franchise. So maybe we could change his mind. Who knows? But that's fresh, hot off the presses here. And so again, shout out to Carson Kelly and Talking Dogs now coming June the 2nd, 2023. So looking forward to that. This week was a Tuesday post, this week on Stadia blog post. And sure enough, we got the list of the September Stadia Pro games, as well as some other information and news. So it starts out here with summer vacation coming to an end for many students, because I'm getting out of myself here, students and Stadians. I mixed the two together. This marks the beginning of back to school season. Any last minute 2 a.m. gaming sessions on Stadia will soon be replaced with late night cramming to finish your homework, Ninja. Don't wait to the last minute the night before. Don't do that, or study for your tests, the night before, because it doesn't work. It's so much stress and everything. So even with the long summer breaks, it feels like there's never enough time to finish all the games in your backlog. A wise gamer named Ninja Guy X once said, so many titles, so little time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So let's see what we have for you this week here. We've already been talking about it, and there's been quite the discussion of Saints Row, not only in the Stadia community, but on different platforms as well. There's been issues like we talked about earlier. There's been some bugs and things like that within. I think more so on other platforms than on Stadia. But regardless, Saints Row is here, launched on the 23rd. Now, Ninja, we found this out, and this was such the strangest thing, pricing wise. We know in the US, the game is priced on other platforms, physical and digital. In the US, it's $59.99. Well, here in Canada, for some strange reason, the physical versions on Xbox and PlayStation are $59.99 Canadian. Usually, they're $79.99. When a game in the US is $59.99, it's $79.99 here. But for whatever reason, all the retailers are selling the physical version at the US price, but in Canadian dollars. So if you convert that to US, that's like $46 US. So you actually can buy the game physically here in Canada, even with the tax, cheaper than you can get it in the US. But digitally on the other platforms, Xbox and PlayStation, it's $79.99, which makes no sense. And then on PC, on the Epic Store, it's $74.99 Canadian. And Stadia is $71.99. So the prices are all over the place. I don't know. We were talking about this on Discord, trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out. I think really that there's been a mistake somewhere in retail, because all the retailers are selling that physical version for that price. So who knows? Maybe they'll catch it here and they'll jack up the price, just like they did the PlayStation 5 here recently. And I don't know, but it's a strange situation. But regardless, here, Saints Row is here. We talked about Ninja. You've been playing and streaming with Bump, having a fun time and a good time. So I'll go ahead and quickly read this here, and then we'll get moving on here. It says, in the Saints Row reboot, the game takes place in a fictional city of Santo Elysium. Probably said it wrong, but anyways.
Yes.
A local,
totally fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. A locale loosely based off of Las Vegas. So, just like Las Vegas here. So there's a lot of criminal activity. There's 3 notorious gangs. They're all vying for control of the city. You, a former member of martial defense industry known as the Boss, will gather dissatisfied members from the 3 gangs to form your own crew. Hey, sounds like a good idea to me, right? Like if you've got disgruntled employees that want to leave, you take those from other companies, you can form your own, but in this way it's a gang. So your whole mission on this is to seize control of the city from these other gangs. So originally, when the first Saints Row came out on Xbox 360, it's kind of like a spoof, or it's similar to the Grand Theft Auto series in certain ways and things like this. And over the years, there's been sequel 3, 4, and then spin-offs as well. And as the games, later games, they've got a little more silly and adult-like as it went on. So while this one still does have language and some adult things and things like that, it's not really super over the edge as the other games were. So so it's here on Stadia now, launched alongside other platforms there, and you can purchase it in the store now, and you can also enter for your chance to win.
Yes, sneaky John.
Sneaky. So this was a surprise. I believe we saw this. Was this? This game might have been rated before. I remember there being some talk about, are you smarter than a 5th grader and coming to Stadia? Well, nothing was concrete, or, nothing was said. Well, sure enough, the same day, this Tuesday, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader launched. And for those that aren't familiar with it, is basically, it's like a game show, like a quiz show, but you're testing out your knowledge of what is being taught to people in grade 5, around the world, or probably it's going to be in the US since it's made out of the game here. So
all the time,
there's over 6,800 questions, 24 subjects, multiple choice, true and false, mini games, all this other great things. It's a local multiplayer. And I know, Ninja, we were talking about this, and you were saying that maybe you and your spouse might be interested in this game, or is this something you're looking at?
We really enjoy these type of game, actually. On the weekend, when we don't want to spend TV time, we basically pick up a board game, and it's usually going to be a Trivial Pursuit type of game. We got a lot of these type of game, and we do enjoy playing them on console. Also, we got Jeopardy, we got Wheel of Fortune, got Trivial Pursuit 1 and 2.
Wow.
I think we got one more. And this seems like this type of game, and it's something that we really enjoy playing. So I think I'm going to pick it up maybe this weekend, actually. So
nice.
Hopefully I can get that. Is that something that you plan on getting, John, or maybe when there's a sale or something like that?
Well, the only thing that kind of bothers me about this one is that there's no online play. It's local multiplayer only. And I mean,
Yes.
sure, we could there's workarounds for that. But it kind of put like a damper on it. It's $29.99 Canadian. So it's not really that bad. But when you look at games like Jackbox Party Pack, where this is a game you can stream, other people don't have to own it. They can use their mobile devices to chime in and things like that. Like, you can see, like, I kind of wish that at least this had some form of online play with it, or even like the Jackbox stuff. So I think I will probably at some point get it, but maybe not until next month, later next month, or maybe even October.
Yeah, it makes sense. Granite says, how many players is fifth grader? I think it's 4. It could be more, but it's at least 4
Yeah.
players. So, but it's only local though, just to let you know, Granite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to see how multiplayer works with this game, because usually, in the real show, it was just one person, if I'm not mistaken, who was playing against a bunch of graders, right? Unless you're the fifth graders, but I'll have to look into it. I'm not really sure what it is.
Yeah.
And GamerMate here is saying 1 to 8 players is saying.
Oh, there you go. So that's pretty awesome. Like, can you imagine if it was 8 players online, even went the Jackbox route or whatever? I guess maybe you're spoiled by Jackbox Party Pack because they make it so easy, right?
Yeah.
So, but definitely, like, I mean, if you have 2 or 3 people at least, like that are close to you, like friends, spouses, siblings, whatever, that like to play it, I mean, it's definitely worth it. Like, I love these game show games as well. Just like you said, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, all those, stuff like Trivial Pursuit and things like that. I really do enjoy them. So yeah, I think I will pick it up eventually here, but it's not a priority for me right at the moment.
No, and let me know when you pick it up, or even when I pick it up, we could do a Parsec session maybe and play together, right? That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, I'm definitely up for that. All right, so we now coming to the section we're talking about the Stadia Pro games for September. Woo-hoo. Well, we knew Yars Recharged was coming on August 23rd, but we had no idea that it was going to be a Stadia Pro game. And bam, that was a surprise pro game. It's a remake of the classic Atari 2600 Yars game. It's 40 years old. I know we, again, in Discord here, and Granite was asking about it, and I posted a video of Yars on the Atari 2600. Man, you could, yes, it is. You can easily tell 40 years old because the original game, oh my gosh, like if the kids today saw it, they'd be like, how did you play that? Like, it looks so bad. But Yars Recharged, Ninja, I don't know, have you had a chance to play it yet?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I've played it for maybe about 2 hours, and it really scratches that itch for a shooter on Stadia. Again, it's got that challenge. It has those leaderboards. It's local multiplayer. But like Centipede, it's got that one more game type of feel to it. And I love that, because like basically what the goal is to destroy all the guns, and then like, the main center core or the boss or whatever. And you get, when you destroy other guns, you get power-ups, but then they're protected by these little bits and pieces that you can, I think, like, you're some type of like a bug, a wasp, a dragonfly or something, and you can like nibble away at the pieces. You can shoot them as well. So I had a lot of fun, and I knew, I was like, especially, I know how much of it you like games that give you a challenge, Ninja. So I was like, well, for sure you're gonna love this. So like, what's your experience with it?
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. The music is awesome. I don't know what's up with these Recharge game, but they really bring up some good music, and I've enjoyed it as much as you. It's just fun going through these stages. Arcade mode has like different levels, right? So it never gets old. You just go and through all of these levels. There's some missions.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. There's one thing is that there's one achievement that requires to do all of the arcade mode, and that can take you like 2 hours straight without saving or anything. So that's gonna be a tough one. I wish that Stadia had a rest mode, right? Just to close your game and play later on. But because we don't have that, we're gonna have to take like 2 to 3 hours just to do this one achievement. So it's gonna be pretty tough, but it's such a fun game though that time will pass by quickly, and it should be doable. So looking forward to try that.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear when you finally get that achievement here.
Yeah.
Nerds World said, I love Yars. I've spent almost 3 hours total. Need 5 more achievements. It definitely has a ton of replay value. And that's great. And again, that's what makes a perfect Stadia Pro game is the replay value, because that's where they're going to cash in, and Atari's going to make their money on that. It's
funny that you say that, because here Paul says the same thing. Releasing Yars in Pro is very smart move. I was looking at Steam charts and the highest player count was 10. Wow, that's not a lot.
Yeah. Gosh. Also, before we move along here, another Scarmiversary today. I don't know. August 26th is Scarmiversary's Granite, 12-month member. Thank you so much. He says, I enjoyed Yars despite not realizing I could aim. Yes, that's something else that I don't think I don't remember while playing it if I knew about it. But yeah, you can use both thumbsticks in it, right?
Yeah.
One to move and one to aim as well. So
exactly.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So
I was about to say something, but I can't remember. But yeah, all right. So I'll just continue.
No worries. Yeah, Dead Duck saying I want to meet the person who beats the arcade mode.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, some other news here. We talked about it before. We heard. I think it was either late June, early July. Tri-6 Infinite from Clockwork Origins was headed to Stadia, and sure enough, September 1st, it's coming. Stadia Pro. This is a, as it says here, it's a futuristic Tron-inspired endless track game that will test your driving skills. This is, again, it's going to be another one of those games where it's the competition, the leaderboards, just that one more, I'll play it again, because all the obstacles are like procedurally generated. So it's never the same experience on the tracks twice. So I'm looking forward to this and to see, because always have fun with racing games and, these tracks and try to challenge. Would this be something? Yeah. Like, is this something that you're interested in, or?
I'm not a racing. I don't really like racing game, but because this game is so arcadey, I'm definitely going to enjoy that, right? It really has this retro style, like go and get that high score. So it's definitely going to be, a type of game that I'm going to enjoy. And, just to plug someone, the Nerf Report actually has a full interview with the developer of Clockwork Origin for Tri-6 Infinite. So, if you're interested about the game, or if you're interested to know some interesting fact about the game, just go ahead and have a look at this Nerf Reports video. It's very a fun watch.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. Oh, another shout out here, Jack the Slip gifted 5 memberships. So
wow,
thank you so much, Jack. I really appreciate that. For those, you might get a little prompt to allow if you want to be able to accept gifted items here. So definitely, if you get that prompt, go ahead and click yes, because you get a free subscription here. So thank you so much, Jack, for that. Overcooked Ninja, you and I played this. This was a game I always thought should have launched on Stadia Pro. Well, you know what? Now it is in September. Team 17. They heard the call. They know, because this is a multiplayer game, and so again, it's just perfect. I know we had so much fun playing, chopping up all the meats and the tomato and the lettuce. And,
oh man, so much fun! Yeah,
yeah. This is awesome. So here we go, Stadia Pro. I can't remember. We played that via Parsec, or did you purchase it?
You know what? I can't remember, but I did purchase it to play with my spouse again. This is one of the games that we really enjoy playing together. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we see here, Rebellica in the chat says excited for Overcooked, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun game, and I'm so glad that it's coming to Pro now.
Yes, it's a must-have for sure.
Here's a game that when it originally launched on other platforms, I know on Xbox it was Xbox went to Xbox Game Pass. Now it's coming to Stadia Pro. Spiritfarer. Have you had a chance to play this, Ninja?
I did not, but So what happened is that I purchased it 2 weeks ago because it was on sale. And I was like, oh, what? Why did you put it on sale, right? Because it's coming on Pro. So I was able to get a refund on it, so, because we're getting it on Pro. So I decided to spend it on Ice Age, just another game on Stadia,
nice.
right? So actually, I still spend it on Stadia, and yeah, I've never played it, but I also own a signed copy of the game on Switch.
Oh, nice, nice.
with all the developers, which is awesome. Yeah. I always wanted to play it. Actually, it's just it never came. I never had a chance to do it. Very excited because it's the only game in the Pro series that is kind of like a game that you play with long sessions. The rest of the game is mostly like arcade, right? Like one more type of mentality. But Spiritfarer is like a very story oriented game. So I'm happy that they included it for the variety.
Yeah, now it does look like it has this cartoonish feel about it, and you can see here, as it says, it's cozy management, and the game's about dying. Wait, what? Talk about dying? So the game does look like it would be like maybe for kids, but it really isn't, because there are like there's like smoking in it, and I think there's, if I remember correctly, like there's some language and things like that. But it's really cool because on your ship here, you get these different compartments, and you can grow stuff, and you've got to water it, and you go around. There's a big map, and meeting other people, and fishing, and just like this says here, a memorable journey on the ship before your transition to the afterlife. So this is a really cool and neat game. And so glad that it's coming to Pro, because again, more people get a chance to play.
Yeah.
Well, here we are, our good friends at Outright Games. PJ Masks, Heroes of the All Night will save the day. I think I streamed this game, either part of I don't know. I definitely streamed.
I remember that you streamed. Yeah. The one thing that stands out when you were streaming it is that you had a lot of crashes in the game.
Yes.
You were the only one that I know that has those crashes. Everybody else that I've seen playing it has had no crash, but for some reason you really had a hard time with this game.
Yeah. I don't know. I know I submitted the clips to the developer, and then they said that they were looking into it. I think that was back almost a year ago now.
You must have fixed it.
Yeah. By now everything's fixed up here. So now we're going on to Play Days. Rainbow Six Siege, ever since it came out last June, end of June, July, I know a lot of people have been playing it and had so much fun. Certified Doctor, there's so many people that are in the community that love and have fun. Ray, SPG, like tons of different people, and always have fun. So their Stadia is having, starting September 1st to the 7th, there's free play days on it. So definitely you got to check out the game. It's a load of fun. And I think that they may even have a sale on it soon. It goes on sale here and there quite often. So I definitely recommend picking it up if you like multiplayer and shooters and things like that.
So maybe Dead Dog can enlighten us in the chat about it. But I know that there's a new season coming out soon. So maybe this is probably to promote the new season coming out for Rainbow Six. So Dead Dog, if you know about it, just let us know and we'll highlight you in the chat. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's to promote that.
Yep. So Jack mentioned here, and this is a good thing. Remember when I was having the issues with Wreckfest? Right? It was because I had that special avatar icon that you could only get like if you got so many people to subscribe and stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe that was the same thing. I don't know. So
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I switched my avatar back to the dinosaur, and I was like, okay, well. Yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, I think that's you're pretty spot on. September and the new season coming out. Okay. What a great way to get people hooked, right? Is to just by telling, giving them a taste of the game and the fun and the multiplayer madness.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online. It's gonna have special play days, which is already going on. Gosh, it's actually started on the 16th. And it's getting ready to end here on the 29th. So
long one.
Yeah, this is a long one here. Elder Scrolls Online, Lost Depths came out, and again, just like another way to help promote the game and the content. And I know that this was always a game that I was really interested in getting into, but I don't know if I have the time really
Oh,
to
I know,
dedicate to
right?
this.
It
Right?
looks so
Like it's
fun, but it takes so much time.
Yeah, I think maybe probably what I would stick to is just watching someone else who's been playing it uh play it, because I know like you probably have to, spend quite a bit of time to get up to speed on things, and but it does look really cool and awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I want to eventually get some time invested in it and play it because I did play some MMO in the time, and I did enjoy myself and everything.
Mhm.
Um, this one, I asked a friend of mine. I'm like, hey, I think I'm gonna buy another expansion of this game soon, and he's like, don't do that. He says there's actually a subscription based thing that you can do with Elder Scroll, and you get access to all of
Oh.
the expansion. So he told me that it's better to buy to subscribe to the monthly subscription to get all the
Mhm.
expansion instead of buying them outright. But
Oh.
I mean, it depends, if you play a lot or not. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he recommended me.
Oh, wow. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the free play days for that coming to an end, but it's still active here, so you want to get a chance here. And Ninja, even more games to try. I believe now we're over 140 trials on Stadia. Yeah, that's what it says there. Just over 140 full games to try. I mean, oh my gosh, like this is you can't beat this. These trials are so beneficial, not only for the platform but for the developers as well, because you can turn in, like, someone who's mildly interested in a game, you could turn that interest into a potential sale. They get
Yes.
30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes,
Mhm.
whatever they have here, and you're having so much fun. You go, oh wow, I think I want to try that, or I want to buy that. Or if they're not sure about Stadia and cloud gaming, well, here we are. Here's 140 different games. There's got to at least be
Yep.
some in there for that people will like, and that gives you an idea of how well it would work for you and having fun. So this is awesome. And again, I really think eventually every single game on Stadia is going to have a trial. And what's awesome about Stadia is these trials aren't locked behind a subscription like on PlayStation with the new PlayStation Plus. There, you have to have a certain tier before you can access the trials of the game. And I mean, that's just another wall and hurdle to overcome. But on Stadia here, just like they say, these trials are so good.
Yeah, like if I wouldn't have heard about Stadia yet, I would look that and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can play 100 hours for free, without even buying anything. So I'd
Yeah.
probably invest some time in that for fun, and then probably be sold into actually,
Yep.
playing Stadia. So yeah.
Yep. Definitely. And we also want to briefly mention here, let's get rid of this. Of course, there's some Stadia sales going on. This is in Canadian. So if you're watching from the US or other countries, it might seem a little bit more, but the sales are for the most part at all territories. I know that there's been some times where the sales haven't been across all territories, but we've got the Assassin's Creed games, lots of Ubisoft stuff, right?
Yep.
So Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, um, Just Dance. I know Maurice loves
Ah,
that, right?
just yeah, Maurice doesn't have 2022, so I should tell him so he's aware. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's like pretty much half price. Wow. Hold on a second.
A little bit more.
Maurice, if you're listening, you could
Yeah.
get Just Dance 22 for $23.99. Oh my
Oh
god.
man, he's hiding in the closet. I have to stop him. I have to stop him. He wants to get out now.
Laura Croft and the Guardian of the Light, Life is Strange, True Colors. We've got news later on. Ninja will be telling us about Life is Strange, Marvel's Avengers,
Oh,
Outriders, Rayman, like the list goes on and on and on
Never
and on.
stops.
Watch Dogs. So yeah, a ton of great stuff there. So check it out. Yeah, here's Granite saying
Yeah, I
never
saw
buy
that.
any Ubisoft game at full price. No, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I'm not gonna condone that message, but that's pretty accurate here
Yeah.
because the games end up going on sale or part of Ubisoft Plus. So
Yeah, I'm still waiting
Wise-
for Rabbit's Party of Legends to go on sale because I definitely want to
Yeah.
buy that one. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Alrighty, so now we're gonna move on here. Gamescom was this past week here. Actually, I think it just wrapped up today in Germany, and we had a surprise announcement from Deep Silver, the same team behind Saints Row, the publisher, and sure enough, Dead Island 2 is coming to Stadia. It launches on all platforms February the 3rd, I believe, 2023. So this was great news and quite a surprise. A lot of people were shocked when they saw the Stadia logo at the end. Have you played the first game, Ninja, in the series here?
So my spouse is a big fan of the Dead Island and Dying Light series. She's played a lot. I've watched her play a lot. I personally did not play a lot just because it looks fun. I just didn't have the time. But yeah, it's very fun. It's open world. I think it was one of the first open world zombie game out there, and it just felt like a good way to scratch that Borderland itch. And you know what I mean? Like you just have to go around scavenge some stuff, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and this looks fun. Like if you like the World War Z and things like that, zombies. Look at this. This is like brutal. Like punching the zombie right through the head here.
Yeah.
So this looks like it's going to be fun. I can't remember. I'm assuming they'll probably multiplayer in that as well at some point or whatever. But regardless, like this is cool. But whether you like the game or not, like this is another important get for Stadia because it's a higher profile title. And yeah, you can see there Stadia logo next to the Alexa game control. That caused some controversy as well.
Yes.
But I think this is a good sign, and we're going to start to seeing more things like this of these higher profile games that people have been asking for coming to Stadia. So I know I was pleasantly surprised. I'm really looking forward to this. And yeah, so this is early 2023 in February. So
yeah, like Dead Dog says, we're gonna have to hide the kids whenever we play that game, right?
Oh yeah, and I can't see, says Stadia is Dead Island 2.
There
we go. Yeah, so
Nice.
that's pretty awesome, and was happy to see that, as were many others in the Stadia community. So moving along, also at Gamescom, Samsung announced, and this isn't Stadia specific, but it does include Stadia. They announced 2 new gaming monitors that come built in with the Samsung Gaming Hub. Now, if you remember, the Samsung Gaming Hub just launched in June or July on 2022 model Samsung TVs, and this incorporates cloud gaming services like Stadia, GeForce Now, Luna, and some other ones. So now these gaming monitors, they're coming with this built right into the monitor, Ninja. So imagine this is like all you do is you turn on your monitor and then you toggle over like the Samsung Gaming Hub, select Stadia, and bam, here you go. You're playing. You don't need anything else but your controller, and you're ready to go. So this just opens up a whole nother world of opportunity for people to discover Stadia.
Yeah, and monitors usually have like a better refresh rate, right, and better latency kind of thing. So I'm very interested to see, how well. Oh, there it says like refresh rate.
Yeah,
but,
so you can see.
I'm really
interested.
Look
at that. 144 on one of the monitors and 240 refresh rate. So we know that even if Stadia doesn't support support that, the actual picture itself running it does make a difference to make things smoother. There's no price point officially announced on these yet. They're coming out Q4 of this year. I'm hoping they aren't too pricey. I'm sure probably this G65 that's got the 240 refresh might be a little pricey, but I'm hoping like this G70B, the 28 inch or even the 32 inch isn't that bad, because I would definitely like to try something like that out and just to see, what it's like, especially that high refresh rate, the 1 millisecond response time, and just like wow, like they really look cool. And this was so awesome to see that Samsung bringing this out. And I think this is just going to be a gateway for we'll see other monitors come in the future with apps like this, like the Stadia app and things like that. Do these monitors support connecting a mouse and keyboard? You know what? That is a good question. I don't know if there's any physical pictures of these yet. There may be the front, but not the back. I haven't found out, but that's definitely something that I'm going to inquire about. Thanks, Metal Wolf, for asking that, because usually monitors have USB ports on them, but do they support mouse and keyboard? That's a good question. We'll try and find out for you here and report back either Discord, Twitter, or on our next show or something like that. So pretty neat there. I mean, just imagine, like your monitor can use it for your laptop or your computer, and right on, just throw it up. You don't have to worry about running Stadia on your computer if you're streaming or things like that. So I think it'd be pretty cool. We'll definitely see here and see if we can find out more information.
Yeah, and I'm wondering also if we could see if it has an Ethernet cable also, right?
Oh,
because that could also be super helpful. Because if it's Wi-Fi, then maybe it's not as good. So
yeah, that's another good question. Yeah, I'll write those down and find out here. So Ninja, I know you had first posted, at least where I first heard about it was from you, Jackbox Party Pack 9 coming to Stadia this fall. So again, that's awesome. We got the Jackbox Party Pack games, several of them last year and into this year. Had loads of fun with it. So it's great to see now continued support. We're getting the newest one. But something interesting in Jackbox Party Pack 9, there's a bunch of new features here, but the headline is, in this year's game, you have the ability to kick players. So if you get people joining your game that are maybe causing a problem, or just like random people or whatever, you can now kick them so they're not causing a lot of problems and things. You can see like there's settings here. Allow moderators to approve or reject input. So look, mod.jackbox.tv. So now you can have, just like streaming, you can have mods of your game, right? So if you're playing along and someone's acting up, or you want to have a password or whatever enabled on it, and look, profanity filtering, like all these different things, it's really cool. Moderators can help you now with that. So that is pretty awesome. Again, this looks like this is based upon some of the feedback that they've got from people throughout the years here. So it's telling you here, this is how kicking players works. We won't go through that because, it's just kind of, we'll just glaze over about, that feature's there. There's also, let's see what else here. There's more features. QR code sign in. Easy host connect. So if I'm hosting the game and I lose my connection, the game isn't over. It'll pause. You got 5 minutes to get reestablished to that, and you guys can pick right back up where it's at. So I thought that was pretty cool and neat. And then other features returning: extend it or no timers, subtitles, family friendly, motion sensitivity, like all these other things, these great things that have make the experience so fun are coming back to Jackbox Party Pack 9. This for me, this is Ninja. This is no doubt, since it has that online component, this is day one for me. I'm buying this for sure. Yeah, because I had so fun. I remember streamed this a couple of times. One of them, I think, at Stadia Anniversary as well. and just have so much fun every time with people in the chat being able to just jump in. They don't need to own the game. So it's pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. I know they said in the fall, there's no specific date yet, but I'm hoping maybe October, November. So I guess we'll see. What about you? Is this going to be a day one? We know you like these types of games, but is this something that you're going to buy day one or maybe within the first couple of months?
So it's not a game that I usually host.
Mhm.
So I don't think I'll be purchasing it, but whenever there's someone, hosting it, I'll probably be playing it because, yeah, I feel like only the host, is usually buying it. So
Mhm.
I can contribute to if you buy it, I can contribute and give you a little bit of money because we'll
No.
both playing it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
because it's not something that I'll be starting myself, I'm probably not gonna spend some money on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, right, to each their own. So that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine here. So moving on here. This was happened, I think, a week or so ago, but we haven't had a chance to talk about it here. So From Space is launching September the 29th. We spoke with Remco on here a couple of months ago, had so much fun. The game looks amazing. I really can't wait. I know we played the demo, had fun, and I know that this the final version of From Space it looks and plays so much better than what the demo did. So I'm really looking forward to this. And Ninja, I think there might be something in the works in the next couple of weeks, but I'm not going to say anything else then other than that because it's not confirmed yet. But stay tuned, everybody. From Space.
I was wondering if we talked about that yet or not. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna, good thing you said it before because I was maybe gonna talk about it. So yeah, look out for that. But very interesting. I know that the developer mentioned that the game is a lot different from what the demo was. So yeah, looking forward to see what how it plays and everything.
And you know what's awesome, Ninja, is this game, like, to me, I find it's priced incredibly well. It's $19.99 US. So it's going to be like a 20 or it's probably going to be like what, a $25 or $30 game for us here. So that's awesome. And who knows? I mean, it's coming out on the 29th. It came from space and ate our brains. We know Remco said they had great success with that on Stadia Pro. There's no indication whatsoever, and it's not mentioned anywhere, but who knows? Could this possibly be a Stadia Pro game? It's close enough to the end of the month, beginning of the month, so it very well could be. But like I said, it's not indicated anywhere, so don't anybody quote me or anything like that. More wishful thinking and possibilities here. But regardless, again, this is another game I already know I'm buying because we had so much fun, and from what I saw and read about it, it looks awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, for sure. All right, so winding down here, Outright Games, I got 2 press emails this morning about complete edition games from Outright Games. Now, the funny thing, Ninja, the first email here, actually, PJ Mask was the first one, but we'll just, for these purposes, My Friend Peppa Pig complete edition. Email comes in, and it talks about the game, and it mentions every other platform but Stadia. I'm like, what? Come on. Like, you must be crazy. So I dig in. There always is, with these press releases, assets that you get with it, pictures and descriptions and things like that. Well, sure enough, there's the description, pretty much like the written version, which they base the email off of. And sure enough, look, it even shows here, coming to Google Stadia. So here it is. I can't highlight it because of there. So I was like, that's strange. So I'm like, okay. So I tweeted this out. So I said, it looks like it's coming to Stadia along with other platforms. Then I checked it out on their webpage as well. Available on Stadia. So I don't know why the initial announcement, when they announced it, doesn't include Stadia in it. But there's multiple other places that it specifically lists Stadia for both My Friend Peppa Pig Complete Edition and the PJ Masks Complete Edition. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's very interesting. These complete editions include any of the DLC that was released for the games. And if you remember, a couple of months back, there was quite like a uproar that the DLC didn't get released on Stadia, so that you could purchase it. So now these complete editions include it. Now, from what I understand, it's supposed to launch today, but I haven't seen it on the Stadia store. It could be something that maybe it's launching next week on Stadia. But
Okay.
yeah, definitely it's there on the website, and it's there if you dig in to the press release itself. So this is typical, though, that we find about Stadia games. Like when I get press releases and I scour to see what platforms, I then go in and go into the assets and look under the announcements and things like that to see, the data sheet on it. Sometimes, just like this, you'll find that Stadia is listed there where they don't mention it in the initial announcement. Another example, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Press release didn't mention Stadia at all. And we know the game's on Stadia, right?
Yeah,
because you
it's
can
right
buy
there.
it in the store. So
It's hard to understand. And
yeah.
so, John, so to understand, so it's
Mhm.
supposed to be releasing today on Stadia?
Yep, that's just what it says here. If you go, it says that Outright Games has today released My Friend Peppa Pig Complete Edition.
Okay.
Available digital on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, Switch, Steam, and our favorite, Google Stadia.
So is it there now? Or like is it okay?
Last that I
And
checked, it wasn't there.
and is it
So
already on other platform? I'm just curious, so.
I haven't checked. I haven't had
Okay.
the chance to check to see, but yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I really
So maybe
hope
later
that-
on, yeah.
Yeah, I really hope this isn't a case of oops, because it's in multiple places here. I'm thinking that maybe it's just comes next week or a little bit later on Stadia. But regardless, keep an eye out for those. They should be dropping soon on Stadia, according to the website and the data sheet on the games. And I saw that last year on some Outright Games as well, where they didn't mention Stadia, and that it did end up coming to Stadia. So I'll try and reach out to the PR as well and do a little bit more research on the other ones, and we can see if it's available on there as well.
Awesome.
Yep. Alrighty. And that brings to a close the Stadia news.
Yeah.
So doing pretty good on time here. Ninja and I always like to watch ourselves here on time. So that's not too bad, Ninja. So pretty happy here.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good progress. We still have the community news to talk about. So it's not time to leave yet. Just to let you know. So all right. So yeah, let me go ahead and bring up the community news then. So it's not just community news; it's also speculations and rumors. So yeah, it's always fun to talk all about these, because sometimes we can hear about things that might happen and eventually happens, or sometimes it just doesn't happen. So we like to talk about these things. So the first thing that we have here is Wired Production announced Bulwark, which is Thomas Sala's sequel to The Falconeer. So The Falconeer came out on Stadia. Was it last year? I think it was last year. And
last October, I think it was.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a pretty fun game. Like you're a bird and you have to like fly around, and like a dogfighting game. You have to shoot birds. And now he did a different genre. So now it's more like of a strategy, city building type of game, and like you have to fight other enemies and protect your city. And it's a very interesting take on the series that he's building. And I was surprised, that to see that this developer was still with Wired Production, because I know that, for example, Deliver Us to Mars by Kyoken was not from Wired Productions. I'm pretty excited that it's coming to Wired, and Wired is a very big supporter of Google Stadia. So, will we see this game? Quite possible at some point because, we have the developer who was really pro Stadia and Wired Production who's supporting them. So, cross your fingers. Hopefully, we'll be seeing that one later on.
And you actually did an interview with the developer, didn't you? Last year, I think, during Caring from the Clouds.
Yeah. So, when I do things like that on my channel, I actually don't really do interview. What I do is that I play the game basically, and I get the reaction from the developer. I ask them a little bit of questions here and there, but we play the game, and I think it was part of one of the charity streams that we did for Stadia, and I asked him, what, do you want to come in and help us out? And he gladly accepted. It was super late on that day, but super cheerful, and we've learned some pretty cool stuff from him. So it was pretty fun.
And Ninja, if I remember correctly, didn't Falconeer make one of your top 10 lists?
Yes. Yeah. Last Sunday, he made the top 10 highest rated game on Metacritic for Google Stadia. I think he was number 5. So hats off to him. I guess a lot of Stadia users rated his game pretty highly compared. It did even higher than Red Dead Redemption and Destiny 2. So that was pretty impressive. So yeah.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, hopefully we can get it. I know that right now it looks more like a game that you use your mouse and keyboard. So I don't know how it'll work, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Next up is I don't know if you guys heard about a developer called Rage Cure Games, but they have a pretty cool game here called Goons. Goons, and it is kind of like an old school hockey shooter game, and the difference that it has compared to other games is that you're actually like magicians, and I think you have like superpowers, and it's pretty cool. It's very old school. And what happened here, the reason why we're talking about that is that John here, he asked, hey, Rage Cure Games, any chance you would consider releasing Goons on Stadia? The game looks like a pure arcade hockey fun, and then some. Rage Cure Games, they replied, they say, we don't see how Stadia wouldn't be a great platform for a high-octane fantasy sports game. So they're definitely considering the game to come on Stadia. I don't know if they're self-published or not, but that was right before Gamescom. So hopefully we'll hear more about that. Me and John has joined their Discord actually, and they recognized John right away when he joined in. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're that guy who's always I don't know, always talking on Twitter or something like that, right?"
Yeah, so, blowing up their Twitter with likes.
There you go. Yeah, that's what they said.
There was like so many people like responded and liked it, and they're out of Quebec City, so they're Canadian developers, and I believe the publisher is Fire something, because they had mentioned to me that they'd have to talk with their publisher on that, but they're definitely keen on bringing it to Stadia. So I tagged the publisher further on in a tweet. It may have got lost or whatever, but like you said, Ninja, like Serena said, like this would be really cool game to have on Stadia. We don't have any hockey games per se, and you're all these different little wizards and different characters, and from what I understand, it's like the goalie is like a boss, so they're kind of like boss battles and things like that.
Wow.
So
okay,
it's a really unique concept, and I think it would be fun to play on Stadia. There's an online portion to it, so they would have crossplay, because I know they mentioned that in a DM to me that they would want to have crossplay on it. So it's really looking like this game really looks good. So hopefully it's set to release 2023. So who knows? Maybe we'll see it on Stadia.
Yeah, and I see that there's some French in there. It says like someone ascore, and I saw some words on the corner here. It said like ralentir. So that's
wouldn't that be awesome? Like, and I would love to get them on the show as well. Because not only because they're developing a game on Stadia, but because they're a Canadian developer as well, and so this would be awesome. I think everyone would have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd love that for sure. I'd be game to get them on the show and learn more about them for sure.
Yeah.
Next up,
Metal Wolf
oh
says
yeah.
he would play the Metal Wolf says he would play the Mard out of this. So
Awesome. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, hopefully, maybe they're listening. So who knows, right? Like, hopefully, we get goons on there, please. All right. Next up is some awesome rumors. So I think that's today, actually, or during the night. We've we've seen that Life is Strange 2 got an ESBR rating on Google Stadia. So very promising. We've got Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm, that the remaster which came out on Stadia. What's interesting about this one is that it's not a remake or a remaster, it's just the original. So, the fact that if this happens, the fact that they're making effort to port an older game, right? Like it's been out for a few years now, means that they actually, they probably had, good numbers out of the other games. And now they're seeing maybe, we're going to put this one also on the platform, give a little bit of more effort and do the port. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get Life is Strange 2. I know a lot of people enjoyed 1 and 2 and True Colors on Stadia. So it's the only one people haven't played yet, and I bet there's been a lot of people asking for it. So I think it's going to do well if it comes on Stadia.
So Ninja, I know I've probably asked you before, but my old age in my mind, I forget here. Life is Strange. Is this a series that you enjoy, or maybe you and your spouse enjoy?
It's not a game that I enjoyed much, sadly. I must have tried the first game like 5 times, and
Okay.
I think, from what I understand, I think it gets more interesting later on. But
Mhm.
the first episode, for some reason, I just can't get interested in like
Yeah.
a teenage schoolgirl who's like, not, doesn't like where she is, and I don't know, like I don't relate to that, you know what I mean? Like I can't get
Yeah.
in her shoes, and I have a hard time. So hopefully eventually I'll put a little bit more effort, and maybe it gets a little bit more interested later on. But
Yeah.
at the moment it's not too interested to me. What about you, John? Is that something that
Yeah,
you've played?
I like any of the games like with these deep intertwining stories and things like that. I really enjoy, and I like also the choose your own adventure type where you can
Yeah.
pick these multiple different things. So definitely for me, games like this, I really enjoy and look forward to. As
Mhm.
Jack mentions, he says kudos to Stadia Hoy, who
Nice.
mentioned that this game was coming to Stadia, I believe, about a month ago. He wasn't.
Wow.
They weren't able to give any sources. So I think when we talked about it, it was always with a grain of salt. Well, sure enough, here it is. So
Mhm.
again, shout out to Stadia Hoy. For lighting that initial information into our minds. And, like we say, we see here an ESRB rating. So hopefully
Mhm.
that means it's coming soon to Stadia.
Yeah, exactly. That doc here is telling me to give it another try. So maybe I will, because I do enjoy choose your own adventure games. I played
Mhm.
almost all of the Walking Deads. I've
Yes.
recently played As Dusk Falls, I think it's called,
Oh,
on
yeah.
Xbox, and oh
Xbox,
my
yes.
gosh, it's the
Hmm.
best choose your own adventure story I've ever experienced. It's
Yeah.
such a well made story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to, because I do want to play it. I do want to eventually get more into it. So
Hmm.
yeah, it'll get there.
Cool.
Yeah. So next up we have Atari. So here's a small tease with John here, with a very evil smirk. So what happened here is they announced that Tempest 2000 is coming on Atari. To Atari 50. Is that their no, Atari Mania I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
Atari 50 is probably their anniversary celebration.
Yeah.
Uh, and of course, John, super curious as he is with Atari games, he says, "Any chance of Stadia release?" So Atari liked them, and then they said, "We have exciting Stadia news next month." Dot dot dot. So,
Hmm.
you know what? I don't know what that means, but seems pretty exciting. Me and John, I think we're hoping to see Atari Mania being announced because it looks so good, right? Can you talk a little bit about that, John? Actually,
yeah. So Atari Mania is a collection of, I believe it's 150 or 200 mini games. If you've ever played WarioWare on Nintendo systems, then you'll know exactly what this is. They're very short mini games, some 5 to 10 seconds, maybe at most 20 to 30 seconds, and they're all going to be centered around Atari characters throughout Atari's 50-year history. So again, this would make another perfect Stadia Pro game. It'd be a really great party game. It's coming to other platforms as well. So I've got my fingers crossed here that this is going to be one of the announcements that they make here, and also that Atari collection as well would be pretty sweet, because I think Atari seeing like they're having great success on Stadia, and just by the response from the community on their games here, like these little things are so fun, these little micro games. Yeah, I saw that. An ET recharge has to be next.
Yeah.
This time you fall in the hole in ET and you can actually get out. There's not the game playing bug where you can't get out there, but yeah, there you go. Bluetooth Atari controllers as well. So I think my initial, just my gut feeling is that Atari Mania and the 50th will be coming to Stadia as well. Again, it's not mentioned anywhere. Nobody has said that it is coming or even rumored of it. I just had this feeling that's what they're going to be announcing. And I also think too that the other Atari games that we're getting this year, I think there's still 4 more that are announced. I think they're all going to come to Stadia Pro as well.
Yes,
just because
you're leaning that way.
Yeah, just because they're really geared towards that. And like I said, just watching this video, even if you have no idea who these characters are or what Atari games are referencing, they're just fun, right? And I think it's cool. So I really shout out to Atari for making these nostalgic games, and also they also appeal to those that even have no idea about it. I saw plenty of people with Centipede Recharged that weren't even born at the time when the game came out, but are loving it, right? And just having fun. So this is really cool, and hoping that that's what it is.
Exactly. And I was a big fan of WarioWare back in the day. I've spent so much hours on my Game Boy Advance cartridge. It was amazing. So hopefully we can get this one, and hopefully it's the same kind of vibe, because I also enjoyed these a lot.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Next up is Outbreak Shades of Horror. So Dead Drop Studio, we want to give one last plug-in before his Kickstarter. So next week, September 1st, or is it August 31st? It's August 31st. Okay. At 10 a.m. Eastern. No, wait. No, okay, you got. Okay, Pacific time. 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ninja is such a big fan. Now, this is to his honor here. Ninja is, as everybody knows, he's such a big fan of the series. You've been heavily involved in helping Evan out with streams and stuff like that. So there's a lot of information floating around his head here. Some that he can't mention as of yet. So so this is Outbreak Shades of Horror, the Kickstarter on August 31st. It's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Yeah,
exactly. So guys, if you can give support to this game, Evan is looking to get to his goal within 48 hours of the 31 days Kickstarter. As soon as you see it going live, if you plan on getting some goodies from it, make sure to have a look. The Stadia tier, I'm just gonna say things that I remember that he mentioned, because I don't want to spoil anything. But you're gonna have a Stadia physical case that looks like a Sega Saturn style. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to say anything else, because that's the only one I remember that he mentioned. And like John said, I know a lot of stuff, so I don't want to mix up information. But look forward to it, guys. There's a tier to where you can name some of these characters, There's a tier where you can make your own character, and
Mhm.
there's a tier where you can have lunch with Evan. And if you
Wow.
want, you can just eat lunch while you watch him starving. I'm sure he'll be okay with that because it's going to be a very expensive tier. So I think he'll allow anything.
Now, Ninja, if you get that tier, is he going to fly up to where you are to have lunch with you, or do you have
uh,
to fly to him?
Yeah, you have to fly. I think it's gonna do it during a oh man, like a Gamescom or something. Like not
Oh,
not the
okay.
Gamescom, but like PAX
Right.
East or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you're gonna
Okay.
meet him over there, and then you can have have lunch with him,
Oh,
which is gonna be pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Um. Yeah.
lots. I mean, lots of stuff there. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff that and swirling around your brain there, and
Yeah.
stuff
So
that
so
yeah.
Granted, confirm. Yeah, there's going to
Yeah.
be a Stadia controller skin also, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just want to let you guys know that there's going to be two Stadia tier, like a cheap one and a more expensive one, but they do not include Stadia keys, unfortunately, because he did talk with the developer, with Stadia, and it's just not possible at the moment. So.
Yeah.
But because of that, he's compensating by giving us some pretty cool goodies. I think we're going to get
Yes.
stickers also, and things like that. So this is mostly to support Evan to get this project on Stadia, to get this project just going in general. Because
Yeah.
this is really important to him because because he's a single developer and really he has to manage all of this. He has to crunch like 16 hours of development time every day and stuff like that. And doing a Kickstarter is going to help him, doing regular shifts of
Yes.
programming, like 8 hours a day. And it's going to provide him to just, do a regular, healthy way of coding. And it's going to provide us a current gen game, which he hasn't done before. So it's going to be very interesting to see, this going on. I have
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind that it's going to be completed.
Yeah. No, I mean, Ninja, he hasn't announced what the goal is. He has told it to us. We're not going to say it here. But
It's
they'll
reasonable.
definitely announce. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
very reasonable goal and extremely doable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I thought it was going to be more, but no, like this is so reasonable. He's not looking to get rich off of this. He's just looking to get some support to help fund the game so he can create the game and bring it to Stadia. I see Metal Wolf there asking, are the tiers cheaper than is the Stadia tiers cheaper than other tiers so that you have money left over to buy the game on Stadia? So the game is going to come out. I think it's 3 years development time. I'm not sure about that, but that's a good question.
Well, I don't think it's
To maybe
a
ask.
question. I think he's stating this.
Oh,
Yeah, I
oh,
think
I
he's
thought I
stating it.
thought Metal Wolf was asking if the Stadia tiers will be cheaper than the other platforms. I don't know. Oh,
Oh,
he said he mentioned that in his Discord. Okay,
mhm.
yeah, so you're right. Yeah, sorry.
Yep, yep.
Also, would like to mention too that Ninja and I are going to have a Kickstarter kickoff stream here on the 31st. So we're going to go live a couple of minutes before the Kickstarter kicks off on the 31st. And Evan's going to be on there as well. We'll be talking about some of the recent news that he's announced about the game, and also going to be doing some giveaways. Going to have a Stadia Premiere Pack that he will sign to give away, and also
Crazy.
some other games on the other platforms as well to give away. So
Mhm.
stay tuned for more news on that within the next day or so,
Mhm.
and all the usual places. My YouTube channel, you'll see it scheduled out, Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff. It's going to be a fun time. The stream's probably only going to be about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes tops. So it's not going to be like an epically long stream, just to help get that Kickstarter kicked off here and gain some momentum and give away some cool prizes. So really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
So it's going to be cool, guys. It's going to be kind of like a launch party, of the Kickstarter. He'll be there. He'll click the button while we're actually live to launch the Kickstarter. So it's going to be a very exciting stream. So hopefully we get to see you guys on this specific stream mostly, because it's going to be pretty epic.
Yeah. Shout out to Helix Cloud Games.
It's pretty late now.
UK. Yeah. They're well, I guess it's a Friday night, so they're going to be good there. So Zarina also mentioned here, he said, Evan mentioned that they're maybe even going to try to get the game on Pro. So that would be cool as well. But anyways, in the short overview of it is, the Kickstarter's coming August 31st, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Ninja and I are going to have a kickoff stream. And I think a lot of people are going to be super surprised at what the goal is, because I think it's 100% doable. It's very, very, very reasonable. And the tiers that they have, greatly priced, and awesome goodies in it.
Yep, I'm going to post the Kickstarter link in the chat. And make sure to follow it, because it actually helps him a lot in terms of like logistics and stuff. So if you can just give it a follow if you haven't yet, that would be really appreciated.
Yeah.
But moving along, we've got the Cloud Gaming Championship. We've been talking about it a lot, John. But very exciting. We're finally at the finals. We've got everything set up. We've got Original Penguin, who has finished his production value on his OBS stream. So it's going to be very cool. Another stream that's going to be hard to miss, because it's going to be very cool looking. And so we have picked up 16 of the finalists here. They're some of the best who won the previous 4 weeks. And what's nice is that we've announced the 4 games for tomorrow, actually. So it's happening tomorrow. So it starts out with Super Animal Royale, where we're going to do 8 rounds, where every time there's a winner, they're going to move to the next round. So, they get removed from the list of people, and then they go to the next round. And then Wave Break is going to be a 1 versus 1 match for all the 8 players. So basically, we're going to randomly assign them to someone else, and it's going to be the best out of 3 for every matches. So it's going to be interesting to see. Next up is Trials Rising, which we're going to have 8 tracks that they need to participate in, and then we accumulate their scores, and whoever has the best score move on to the last round, which is Dead Carnival. And it's Dead Carnival, which is not a game released on Stadia yet. So you guys will have exclusive footage of where the game is at the moment in its pre-early build. Yeah, and I've been actually seeing some of the participants practicing, because they want to get good. They want to give a good show tomorrow, and see what the game is about, and show their skills. So definitely, guys, if you want to see some never seen footage of Dead Carnival and see what's the state right now, come have a look, because honestly, I'm having so much fun every time I play the game with all of these updates. Right, John? It's such a fun game.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I can't wait for others to see this. Of course, you and I and others have been playing it for a couple of months now, and just in that short time, the game has changed so dramatically. It's just awesome. I know so many people in the community too are excited for this game. So, like Ninja said, this is a chance to get a glimpse of people playing the game live, right? Okay. And I know the developer Ice B, he's going to be watching and probably in the chat as well. So it's going to be amazing.
Exactly. So my role during the championship, you won't see me. I'll be in the back, and I'll be like the one managing the participant, and whatever you'll be seeing on stream, all of the footage, it'll be me basically managing the how do you call that, the spectator mode. I'll be the spectator, and making sure the cameras are fine and all of that. So it'll be pretty fun. say hi in the chat, and I'll be able to see you guys there. And yeah, so the championship is going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be a very long stream. Midstream, we're going to have a 1 hour break, and then it'll continue on. So yeah, at least maybe about more than 5 hours. It's going to be a big one. Yeah. So
yeah, it's going to be
epic. Yeah, and hopefully I hope to see you guys here. Before I continue, we've got Clive here who has donated £5. So it's a super chat. Enjoying the show, curious what that Atari surprise will be. Might treat myself to Atari t-shirts. Very nice. Ooh. I love, what? When I see people wearing Atari t-shirts, they're very cool looking. They're very retro, right? So I might go ahead and buy one for myself also at some point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, Stadia merch. Oh man, I wish, right? I think I dreamed about Stadia merch like not too long ago, actually. So,
I think the scientist was interviewing himself in the chat before we went live. I think that's what I saw. It was so funny. It was so cool. It was awesome.
I love that. Yeah, exactly. So last but not least, we've got. It says new Stadia show announcement. But we are now on the 3rd episode. So I started a show 3 weeks ago, and it's called Stadia Sunday with Ninja Guy X. What I do, just to give a small explanation, is that I speak for about 30 minutes about anything Stadia. It can be, a top 10 list, or I can just talk about games that I'm excited about. It can be anything, but at the moment, I'm actually just taking the full 30 minutes and doing top 10 lists and showing it to you guys. I think I've got some feedback, and people are really enjoying this, so I think I'll continue it for a while. Mm-hmm. But after the 30 minutes, what I do is I do a 1 hour of community multiplayer. So I put a voting, just a vote poll in my chat, so people can decide what game they like to play today. The first week we played some Wreckfest. The second week we played some Super Bomberman. And this week I'll be putting Destiny 2, World War Z, Outcasters, and probably Wreckfest again. And we'll see what people are interested in playing. And, just to give you guys a heads up of what the 10 top list will be, and I'm very excited about this one. I'll be showing my top 10 favorite Stadia game soundtrack on my personal top 10 favorite Stadia game soundtrack. It's always, I always have a hard time putting the word together for the top 10, but I've put it up. I've already completed it. I've got like 6 or 7 that I wanted to put on the list, but I couldn't make it. But I'll say them out of homage, and it's gonna be very interesting. So, I'm just doing Stadia Sunday. That is awesome.
It's definitely such a good time. I know. I played in when you had Wreckfest. I don't think last week I wasn't able to play, but I saw like on the replay, you guys had like a lot of fun. It's always a great time, and at the end of the show, people always want to keep playing and like, more, and you're like, well, the show's ending. You can stay and play, and I think some people even do, like they continue playing the games after.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an amazing fun time. Definitely check it out.
And talk about John joining multiplayer gameplay. John has joined me this Wednesday on the Doom multiplayer event. So on Wednesdays, I actually do another event, which is just playing Doom with the community multiplayer. And the last 3 weeks has been so, like, the room has been full. There's been a lot of people joining in. It's getting a lot of traction, and I'm really happy. So, if you want to play some Doom multiplayer, really join us at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. And that's all we do. And actually, we're only playing an hour and a half. And, John said, oh, yeah, we want to play more. And, the main purpose of the stream was to do it for 2 hours, but people were leaving about after an hour and a half. But because we have so many people now, I'm thinking that I'm going to extend it for another half an hour now. And we'll see how it goes. It's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like you said, it's grown over the past several weeks. I mean, because I remember in the early days, maybe the first couple of ones you did, you had to wait a little while for some people to join. But now it's like when you go live, there's enough for people to play there, and everyone's having fun. I think this on Wednesday, I was able to join in on the last game. Was it dodgeball we were playing, or no, maybe not dodgeball,
Uh,
but
it was kind of like rugby, right? Like you have to run with the
yeah.
ball, and
Mhm,
yeah, it was pretty
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Man, look,
Yeah.
Roberto was so good at like it's fun because different modes people are better at them, right? So they
Mhm.
get better. I know that Dead Dog was really good at the one where you have to harvest demon souls because for some reason he was just good at picking up items that you needed and demon runes. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see in the chat
Lots of
also.
people here. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we got Gamer Mink says about the soundtrack, Shantae soundtrack. Dead Dog 52 says best soundtrack Lake, and
Yeah.
it is a very cool soundtrack.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I can see that people are probably curious to see what I've put in there. There's over 250 games I think on Stadia now. So
Yep.
I went through the list and it's gonna be pretty epic. Yeah,
Yeah.
to talk, I'm probably gonna get chills because when I talk about video game music, like I'm very passionate about it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, and for those that might not know, Ninja, maybe just tell us about you have a radio show as well that you do each week.
Yeah, exactly. So I got a French radio show on Tuesday every day at 5 p.m. Eastern time. That lasts for an hour. It's called Musique en Jeu, and even if it's French, it's only video game music. So you can just hear a little bit of me speaking between the tracks. But if you do enjoy listening to video game music, I do advertise. I do advertise it every week when I'm recording. So just keep a lookout on my Twitter, and you'll see me advertising these shows. So yeah, it's really fun. It's all about video game music that I enjoy personally, and I'll eventually put them in podcasts. But I didn't get the time to do them yet. But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, because currently it's a live stream only, and then once that live stream is over, it's done,
You don't
right?
see it anymore. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
replayable. I've talked a lot with the producers, and they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put it at a podcast at some point," but it's been about a year and a half now, and nothing, right? So I think I'm done waiting. Them all on a USB stick here, so
Oh,
I
nice.
need to actually put them on, and I'm not gonna put a lot of production. I'm just gonna throw them on YouTube, and if anybody wants to watch them, they're gonna be there.
Awesome. That is
Yep.
amazing. See,
Yeah.
we always learn something each episode, a little bit more about each other and the community as well. And yeah, like Kevin says, good show.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Cool.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So I guess Ninja, this is not too bad. We're doing pretty good here, about an hour and a half, a little over it. So that's great. Fantastic. We like to keep it nice and concise here, which we've done on this Friday evening, episode 54 of Stadium Connect North. Reminder, tomorrow is Cloud Gaming Championships. They start at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can find the link in the description here. Don't forget Ninja, Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. There's a link in the description as well. He also put it, we did not put it in the chat, but it's in the description here. And it's been advertising through the bot as well. Check out Super Sunday with Ninja Guy X, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. And great time, just as he's been saying here. And then also catch Ninja Wednesdays, do multiplayer is great. I'll be doing a couple of streams.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No.
I was just about to say that. So
Okay.
don't forget John streams. He's gonna be streaming Saints Row tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I said he mentioned.
Yep.
So keep a lookout for that. More chances to win the giveaway of a Saints Row Stadia game. And do you have anything else that you're gonna do?
I'm gonna be. I'll stream Sunday as well. I just don't have it scheduled out.
Okay.
And then I'll stream one more time again before the giveaway. And then of course we've got the stream on August the 31st, which I think is Wednesday, right? To kick out the Kickstarter kickoff for Outbreak And Serena says, I just noticed that John's and Ninja's glasses look very similar. You know, I
Yeah.
was at the store and I got my eyes tested, and then they were picking up the glasses. And I called Ninja on video. I'm like, which glasses look most like yours? We
Yeah.
didn't do that. I'm just
I know
joking,
that.
but,
Yeah, John wants to look like me. So.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at this. Starting new rumors here. Have we ever seen John and Ninja in the same room along with? So then, who would be Maurice then?
Huh.
If right? I don't know.
Is Maurice John?
I don't.
Huh.
Whoa, well, when I don't have a haircut, my hair does get wacky. So
Stay
wow.
tuned on the next episode of Stadium Connect North to find out.
Exactly. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody, in the chat here for all those participating. Really had a great time. Thank you, Ninja, as always. Fantastic chatting about Stadia and the news and all the great stuff with you. Again, don't forget, everybody, the Cloud Gaming Championships tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern on Original Penguins channel. The description is in the chat. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everybody. And we'll see you all again real soon. Take care.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.